I wish for and chair and you're the new TV. Your mom a very nice update about Randy Abbey. So also former President Mr. John Dramani Mahama Emmanuel 100,000. So offer a particular thing about Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Al-Haji Bawumia, but one year. Sisia Okudzeto Ablakwa ede ne ho aba bete. Oye na dwe say Bishop ko ba be chan trobi na ka Randy Abbey a supporting. And guess what? Waji woto. Randy Abbey dia mano. Left right. Or say me member support you. This lies. I will never do that again. E wom say me support him we maybe a but this time around the day me Randy Abbey Debbie me ni bio. Coming when you put in some potty Randy Abbey edituja and I said some Okudzeto Ablakwa ekokaye and namso ama Randy Abbey ediamanu woto. But before that no subscribe to Ordinary TV, like your comment here, your comment section. We'll use that. Click on the notification button for more news updates. Yeah, channel
Last week, you came here, you brought documents here. On this same mining thing, a lot of documents. Only for us to find out in the media that apparently, say your documents are fake documents. I've even been accused of unprofessional and unethical conduct in allowing you to put out these fake documents to the public, and that before your own committee, you have been exposed. And I'm sure that's a video that people really put out there to show that indeed all the things that you came to say here on Good Morning Ghana were false, and that you have been exposed right before your own committee that you chaired. Why would you engage in that?
Well, so let me quickly salute the Catholic Church. I haven't had the opportunity to speak to their interview a while ago. The Catholic Bishops' Conference is standing up, and history will remember them, that they stood up in this defining moment, in this consequential era, when we faced an existential
the mass is really full.
They did not forsake the flock, and I'm really inspired by what the Catholic Bishops' Conference, and clearly looking at the mass, they have mobilized the faithful, and members of the Catholic fraternity are going to send a clear message to those in authority that Christians are not going to countenance this destruction, this mass murder, which is unfolding before our very eyes. And you are having people in authority just looking on. A president puts his presidency on the line, and years down the lane, it turns out to have been a scam, a grand deception. There was no commitment to this fight. I am really inspired by what the Catholic Bishop Conference has done, and they have been very consistent. It must be said. I recall that even in the heady days of military rule, the role that the Catholic Standard newspaper played, they were really, fearless. They were vociferous in pointing out the excesses and the ills in society. So the Catholic Bishops' Conference is being consistent, and they will be remembered kindly. Posterity and history will judge them kindly. I hope that other organizations are learning. Unfortunately, organized labor appears to have become disorganized on this matter. We are getting splinter groups and differing opinions, and you don't see consistency and clarity on the position of organized labor. I do hope that the example, the very shining, heavenly example that the Catholic Bishops' Conference is demonstrating today will send some message to other organizations to reflect. At least it will offer them an opportunity to reflect and reconsider their position. I am appalled that on a matter like this, people will bring in partisanship. I mean, we are faced with an existential threat. People are dying. And then some people are concerned. I heard some labor activists say that, oh, the time is close to an election. This may favor a political party. I mean, so is there any time that we can relegate politics to the background, that we can band together, that we can form a common purpose that puts the country first, that puts life ahead of other secondary and really sectarian interests? So I have been really disappointed that some people will say that the only reason why they do not want to protest and they do not want to compel authorities who have been given all the resources. You have all the military might. You have all the resources, the money. If you look at the allocations that Parliament has made to all of these institutions to fight Galamsey, they have absolutely no excuse. And if you think that people in the opposition or elsewhere are standing in your way, you arrest them and deal with them, you know, as you have done to, you know, innocent protesters who really should not have been arrested. The high-handedness that we have seen, the unconstitutional raids that we have seen, if they had exhibited that on the Galamsey sites, we will not be where we are. So we celebrate the Catholic Bishops' Conference this morning. Our Lords showing the way, and we.
Muna mo seti muna mo chie ko school a mo chie say wo seti objectives a wo beye bibi de bibi si wani so say person wo ya set objectives are best set no, it must be measurable, okay, it must be achievable, and ameboa it must be measurable, achievable, and there must be timelines, and it must be realistic. Achievable, measurable, realistic. Timeliness wom. Busa who say 2 months to elections, yeah, go fight Galamsey say all of a sudden, a dear bear partner person within 2 months, obet me aye. Atesa bonting. My ye enra mako munina mako meeting. That's about what mo fanche me jede peki ko bi na ne nkasa mo nyina ma committee enra say afedie enam se aban atie ensem bebre na mo ka na aban start atu ho na mo ni nti no say that strike na mbeka mbeko ne no munya nko organize labor kasa o my issue statement o my press conference Ghana for nyinati o man panyin so for the past 3 days virtually every day bia with the new Eyiba improved version of the earlier decisions was a nebe way actually base what the nyina bebre namba making can nyina was am obi atene na afedie omu wie ya there how many say no problem there how many say you can disagree with the position of organized labor Professor Jambo. You have every right to disagree with them. But for you to impugn on their integrity, to say, or more question them, I'm a politicians, adadam, as meji. Or more question them, I'm a politicians, adadam. Now would you enter me nada? Whoa! E dey be ne ba wutima wo ye wadwen se bin preduas mo fa chem se wo de woni munyansa se wo do Ghana chen wo mo a wo no mo kwatena ase enran wo kwa do Ghana chen mu nyina. For you to impede on their integrity, I mean so any other women in Ghanaians, we also have our right to also impede on your integrity. Say, whoa, sika be na wokwaje ye ansa na wani bra wotigu abote che chenchina ube demonstration enem so organize labor so munye nti enura sika na hye jampo e ka ba fie woda ya wo project say wo projection say sika we de e bai say na meye medana ka me say mbesa me ye de say na me kwa second na me da bi so pon me kwa say ni say me sraw Jampo, is it true say NDC for ekwa kire ejapade bi so yo mo de be ma wana, is it true? True. Ya no tina when ya apokire wo ho to the sense say enura wo se mid wo bu afu unya kro be wo afri wiase. To the sense I say media we want to be the conscience of the state. Conscience of the state as how can a sex offender like you Professor Jampo be the conscience of the state? Na just say o man atete pansam. Conscience of the state, a sex offender. Baby, what we are and you have no right to engage in any public discourse in this country. But the aqua kodrunye, it would be kept yet their wope. Would be kept yet their wope. Me say you have every right to oppose and I say go against the decision of organized labor. But when Timmy impugn on the integrity